What goes into someone's mouth does not defile them, but what comes out of their mouth, that is what defiles them. Matthew 15 and 11. There's power in words. Yes, let's go there. Hello, hello, hello. You are listening to the Manifesto on Purpose show. I am your host, Kimbaley. And for me, it's all about helping you grow, it's all about expanding your consciousness. Today, I want to inspire you to be a little more aware of what comes out of your mouth. The catchphrase, speak it into existence, is more than just a catchphrase. It's to be taken literally. We're going to jump into that today, but before we do, I want to say thank you for sharing your time and energy with me today. Thank you for all of those that you invited, and thank you for subscribing here and on the website at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. The God in me loves the God in you. Let's hear today's numerology forecast courtesy of Astro-Numerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the A Star 8 Numerology app found on Google Play and also the App Store. It's Monday, December the 11th. The sun is in Sagittarius. The moon is in Sagittarius. It's a 1 universal month, a 3 universal week, and a 3 universal day. Expressing your feelings and emotions down to the finest detail should be the least of your worries today. There may be a point where others feel you're overly exaggerating, but if they only knew what you know, they would probably feel the same way as you. Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, and those born on the 2nd, the 3rd, the 11th, the 12th, the 20th, the 31st, the 29th, and the 30th of any month should find getting into the weeds not much of a problem. That is our numerology forecast today, courtesy of Lloyd Strayhorn, Astro-Numerologist, and the Star 8 Numerology app. You can find that app on the App Store, Google Play, or you can go to a star, ASTAR, the number 8.com, or linktree/numbers in you. Let's get back to the show. Brief disclaimer getting started. The Bible scripture that you heard is my interpretation of that scripture. It is not a religious interpretation, it is my own way of interpreting the Bible. I take more of a metaphysical approach to the Bible, but I just wanted to put that out there so that you know and understand it. However, moving right along, my aunt once told me about a lesson that her husband taught her. She shared it with me. It was to be careful about what you say to others because words can't be taken back. When she first told me that, it reminded me of what I used to teach my children. I taught my children from the time they were little babes that there is power in the words that they say. And I will also get a brief reminder every time I said something that I had previously taught them not to say from my youngest son. He would say, "Mom, remember, there's power in words." How cute it was. But when he said it, I had to take a step back and think about what I said and rephrase it. And I did that through reframing. changing my perception, which changed my thought and made me reach for a better feeling statement. Ah, from the mouth of babes. Anyway, the reason for my conversation here today is to let you know that we are all created of energy. As such, each word that you utter from your mouth has a vibrational frequency. Think about it. In numerology, your name can be transposed into a number. The frequency of that number determines your special gifts, talents, and abilities. Not just your name, all words can be transposed into a number, which also breaks down to the frequency that is associated with that number. Once you say that word again and again, that frequency is then introduced to your subconscious mind, which then creates a program. As you heard before, Matthew verse 11 indicates it is not what goes into the mouth that defiles a person, but what comes out of the mouth. My breakdown of this is the same thing I said earlier. Every word you release from your mouth releases a vibration from within you. Keep in mind that we do say that we are the spark of the Creator, or that the Creator is a part of us. We are a small part in the greater whole of the universe, if that's what you want to call it. If it is so that we have the presence of the Creator within us, then that means it gives our words power. That includes what we speak and how we speak it. And part of the reason is because of that vibrational frequency that's coming from within. And if that vibrational frequency isn't coming from a place of love, what I'm saying is your words have the power to build or destroy. How are you using your words? And not only that, the words that we use can not only build or destroy people, the words that you say can also change the environment of the area that you're living in. Yes, I mean your personal space. That's one of the reasons why people that raise plants are encouraged to talk to their plants, because the words that you utter once again out of your mouth has a vibrational frequency that every energetic thing reacts to. So when you say things, you create an energetic imprint. You create that imprint on not just you, not just the people you are around, but the entire universe that you are a part of. I understand that that scripture may be eye-opening. I'm seeing that as time progresses, there's many people that are concerned about their diet, being healthy, their intake. But a lot of people really don't understand how it is important to also watch your output. That's what's going in and what's going out. There's a little saying I like. The seed is reaped by the sower, and the boomerang always comes back to the thrower. So no matter what comes out, whether it's about you, your circumstances, your environment, somebody else, it's going to make its way back to you. That's what energy does. It finds its way back home. I always joke when I'm traveling places, once I get in, whatever place that I'm driving into, oh, I'm going to find my way back out. That's the same thing with energy. Wherever it is originated, it will return back to that, the same energy. Now, let me give you a couple of examples so that I can make sure that you're clear on it. If you're saying what you can't do, that energy is going to come back to you so that you won't be able to do. If you say that somebody else can't do, that energy will come back to you so that you can't do. So no matter what you do, no matter who is towards, it will always come back to you. That's why I don't believe in getting revenge and all that vengeance stuff. Because once a seed is sown, in due time, it will reap a harvest. So why get your hands dirty messing with somebody else's mess? That's something to think about. Now I feel comfortable in saying that you know that your words have power, and the reason why your words have power. The one thing that bothers me about this whole topic is because many people hear it. Many people already know it. You must admit to yourself, this probably is not the first time you've heard this before. What the problem is people don't take it literal. Yep, I'm just going to say it. The main people that say they are manifesting their reality and they're speaking positivity, I often catch them saying things that they probably wouldn't want to come back to them. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. There are times that I have been in a space where I'm saying things that I don't want to return. But what's happened is we've gotten so comfortable with the program that we don't even realize that it's actually running. We don't realize how deep this thing really is. This woke me up one time. A friend of mine told me about a guy that went off to the military for war. He made a statement to one of his buddies. He said, "Man, I can't wait to see you again." And guess what? He never did. He never made it back home. Extremely negative words like can't, don't, won't, but should be eliminated from your vocabulary. I have another aunt. I guess this is Auntie Day. But she struggled as a single parent raising her girls. I asked her once, all of her children were adults, how did you make it throughout those times? She let me know that no matter what her children asked for, no matter how much she had, she never said that she didn't have or that she was broke. She found creative ways to get around those subjects. And she feels like that is part of the success of being able to make it, eliminating those very negative words from your vocabulary. Another thing that I think people misunderstand is that when they joke about things, they feel like those words don't stick. But you have to understand the nature of the subconscious mind. Once you make that verbal impression on the subconscious mind, the subconscious cannot determine whether you're telling a joke or not. And I always kid when I say the subconscious mind can't take a joke. So to you, it may be a harmless joke, but what's really happening behind the scenes is that you are creating a program. When I think back on my younger years, my cousins and I would play this little game. Instead of saying something negative, we'll turn that word into a positive word. If we were joking that somebody got on our nerves, instead of saying that person makes me sick, we would say that person makes me rich. And if you look at it, that was kind of an affirmation. And even your words are affirmations. What you say, no matter whether it's good or bad, positive or negative, they are affirmations. So instead of using the negative affirmations, we use something more positive that was still kind of fun. And the next thing I'm going to touch on is probably one of my favorites. It's the Utter monsters. I used to talk about the Utter monsters before in the past, but the Utter monsters are coulda, shoulda, and woulda. These are the monsters you need to stay away from. What could have happened, what should happen, or what would have happened. Because when you look at it, all of these things are past tense. So there's nothing that you can change about those things. Let it go. Stay in the present moment. Maybe you should have or could have done something, but why worry about it in this moment if that moment has already passed? And I said the other one earlier, but I'm going to go a little bit into detail about this. But in some ways that people use but becomes an excuse. Stay away from but. There's another word that I think you should also stay away from. If. If is just wishful thinking. If to me shows a lack of faith because if is not definite. So it's just like you're leaving yourself enough cushion just in case you fail. Stay away from it. Be certain about the things that you say. And the one way to be certain, clear, and have good output is to think about what you're saying before you speak it. And if it's not right, don't say it. Shift your mind to think about something different. Reach for a better option. Many people say that you can cancel words that you have previously said by stating cancel. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Not saying that it's wrong, but not saying that I can truly agree that it is right too. What I'm saying is, why take the chance? Instead of saying something that you may have to take back, think about it before you say it. What my aunt told me is that once you say something, those words can never be taken back. Think about it. There's probably statements that you remember from childhood that can never be taken away, things you will never forget. And it's all about that energetic frequency of the words that we speak. Energy. We're all created of it. One thing about energy, it always finds its way home. So watch your intake, but also pay very close attention to your output, the vibration that you put out into the universe. Every time you open your mouth, a touch of God should come out. What goes into someone's mouth does not defile them, but what comes out of their mouth, that is what defiles them. Matthew 15:11. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.